Why does a single punch at the right spot shut down a fighter instantly? Most people call it power, but it's actually anatomy. Today, we're exposing the human body's hidden kill switches. If you want to know exactly how to crash an opponent's system in seconds, you're in the right place. Let's break down the science of the knockout. 1. Introduction and psychology. In combat sports, a knockout isn't just about the raw power of a punch. It is a total system collapse of the human body. Behind that stunning lights-out moment that happens in seconds inside the ring or the cage, there lies an incredible amount of science. Today, we are going to analyze how to take down an opponent in the fastest and most effective way possible. We'll examine which parts of the human body act as, quite literally, kill switches from a scientific and technical perspective. If you're ready, let's take a journey into the anatomy of combat. 2. The chin. Rotational force and brain trauma. Our starting point is the chin. Why do fighters specifically target the jaw? Because the chin is the furthest point from the center of the skull, acting like a lever. A precise strike directed at the chin doesn't just impact the facial bones, it applies direct rotational acceleration to the brain. Scientific facts. The brain floats in a protective layer of fluid inside the skull. However, a sudden violent rotation forces the brain to collide with the interior walls of the skull within that fluid. The result. This triggers a short circuit in the central nervous system. In reality, the opponent hasn't just fallen asleep, their brain is literally trying to reboot. This is why the chin is considered one of the most critical targets in combat sports. 3. The liver, the silent threat. Now we shift our focus to the center of the body, the torso. Many people think a liver shot only causes pain, but this strike has much deeper effects. A well-timed and precise strike just below the lower right rib cage impacts the vagus nerve, the longest nerve in the body. Autonomic nervous system shock. This sudden stimulation of the vagus nerve causes severe changes in the circulatory system. Heart rate drops abruptly and blood pressure plummets. The effect. During this process, the opponent's legs become almost entirely non-functional. Even if they are conscious, their body fails to respond to this sudden shock and essentially refuses to cooperate. This mechanism is a different, yet more sinister and effective form of a knockout than a concussion. 4. The solar plexus and diaphragm. The solar plexus, located just above the stomach, is one of the body's vital control centers. Most importantly, it is an area that affects the diaphragm muscles, which are responsible for breathing. Diaphragmatic spasm. A sudden blow to this point causes the diaphragm muscle to go into spasm, making it extremely difficult for the opponent to breathe. Psychological and physical effects. A body deprived of oxygen panics due to the survival instinct, forcing the fighter to completely drop their defensive guard. As a result, the opponent collapses and is usually unable to recover within 10 seconds. 5. The kidneys, the overlooked target. The kidneys are often overlooked, but they can be a lethal target, especially in combat sports like MMA, where the rules are more flexible. Located in the lower back, these organs are highly vulnerable. Blows to this area weaken the spine's support and destroy the opponent's balance. The most important point to remember is this: a fighter's victory is directly proportional to how well they understand the structural weaknesses of their opponent.
Knowledge is the ultimate weapon in the cage. If you want to master the science of fighting, subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.